Democracy itself is in peril, here at home and around the world. Democracy, that's the soul of America. And I believe it's a soul worth fighting for, and so do you, a soul worth dying for. Heroes who lie in eternal peace in this beautiful place, this sacred place, they believe that too. The soul of America is animated by the perennial battle between our worst instincts, which we've seen of late, and our better angels. Between me first and we, the people. Democracy is more than a form of government. It's a way of being. It's a way of seeing the world. Democracy means the rule of the people. The rule of the people. Not the rule of monarchs. Not the rule of the moneyed. Not the rule of the mighty. Literally, the rule of the people. The lives of billions, from antiquity to our own hour, have been shaped by the battle between aspirations of the many and the greed of the few, between people's right to self-determination and the self-seeking of the dictator, between dreams of democracy and appetites for autocracy, which we're seeing around the world. Our troops have fought this battle on fields around the world, but also the battle of our time. And the mission falls to each of us, each and every day. Democracy itself is in peril, here at home and around the world. Folks, you all know it. Democracy thrives when the infrastructure of democracy is strong. When people have the right to vote freely and fairly and conveniently. When a free and independent press pursues the truth, founded on facts, not propaganda. When the rule of law applies equally and fairly to every citizen, regardless of where they come from, what they look like. Wherever Americans are, there is democracy. Churches and synagogues and mosques, neighborhoods and coffee shops and diners, bleachers at kids' baseball or soccer games, libraries and parks. Democracy begins and grows in the open heart and the impetus to come together for a common cause. And that's where it will be preserved. For empathy is the fuel of democracy. Let me say that again. Empathy. Empathy is the fuel of democracy. Our willingness to see each other, not as enemies, as neighbors, even when we disagree, to understand what the other's going through. To state the obvious, our democracy is imperfect. It always has been. But Americans of all backgrounds, races, creeds, gender identities, sexual orientations, have long spilled their blood to defend our democracy. The diversity of our country and of our armed services is and always has been an incredible strength. And generation after generation of American heroes have signed up to be part of the fight because they understand the truth that lives in every American heart. That liberation, opportunity, justice are far more likely to come to pass in a democracy than an autocracy. If every person is sacred, then every person's rights are sacred. Individual dignity, individual worth, individual sanctity, the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We say those words so often, but think of it. The right to vote, right to rise in a world as far as your talent can take you, unlimited by unfair barriers of privilege and power. Such are the principles of democracy.